Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom to you all. Hope you are having good days, positive days. I know that this is not the summer we want, and the weather at the moment is quite unpredictable. And of course, for many, it's been quite difficult and quite extreme. In this week's Parashat is called Eikev, and we are in really the run-up to the end of the Torah. These are the last number of portions in the book of Deuteronomy, the book of Devarim, moving towards the end of the Torah itself. And so what we are really is the Jewish people are about to go into the land of Israel. Moses won't take them, but this is almost the preparation for going in. They're going to go into a land, and we're told in this week's portion that they will have lots of their needs met. This will be a really beautiful land, a land of milk and honey, flowing with milk and honey. They'll build houses. They'll find lots of fruit. They'll find wheat. Right? Needs will be met. This is a good land, and good in a material sense. And God refers to that in the Parsha, the importance of referring to the material sense of plenty of the land. But at the same time, God says, be careful that you don't forget the Lord your God and the mitzvot. So there is this juxtaposition between forgetting God and conquering the land and taking the material plenty. So I think it's important to note that the belief in God here isn't meant to replace the human initiative of going in, taking the land, of planting, of plowing, right, of, in a sense, extraction for the needs of people. This isn't about abstention. It's not about saying God will provide. It's, I think, more of an attitude. Belief in God and the structure that God has given us through the Torah creates a sense of attitude to human initiative and to science. So rather than saying that we have all the answers through science, we also, at the same time, have a sense of humility that we might not have all the answers. For instance, I read Bill Gates' book recently about climate change, how to prevent climate disaster. And there is a combination there of both technology and what technology can do to help us, for instance, absorb carbon emission, and a realization that technology won't get us all the way. And it's also about changes of human behavior. I'd say maybe the same with COVID, with coronavirus. Human initiative has been absolutely vital in reducing the risk drastically of being seriously ill from COVID-19. And that's why the vaccine has been so important and has been such a blessing. But at the same time, we know that the vaccine hasn't got rid of COVID, hasn't beaten. Science can't simply beat a virus. It can mitigate the risk from the virus, but we know that the virus is still there, and we know we're early days, in a way, in the evolution of SARS-CoV-2, as this virus has been called. And so we still need to be careful and watchful as the virus evolves towards something which is just endemic in our life. So it's not saying God will provide. I'm not going to get the vaccine because I'll be okay. That's not our approach. Our approach would be, yes, human initiative is important. It's referred to in the Torah today. We're going to go into the land, we're being told in the Torah, and we'll build houses, and we'll plow, and we'll reap harvests, and we'll eat from the fruit of the land. But there is also a sense of humility that needs to go through that it's not just our initiative. There is also another sphere, and that, of course, here is divine providence. So it's an interesting balance to think about. It's hard to get that right, but it's certainly a structure for us to think through. Some people often think much more extreme about religion, that God will provide. Some people think often more about science, that we will do what we need to survive and beat risks completely by science. What I'm interested in is that space in the middle, and I'm offering that in a sense for your thoughts over the weekend, in your families, whoever you are, to think about what that space means for us. Have a great Shabbat. Have a safe Shabbat. It should be hopefully better weather than it is at the second, and enjoy wherever you are. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.